What is good, YouTube? Today we're back with another video. This is a video inspired by mangnusmidtbø. I'm beginning him a lot on my YouTube lately. Now, for those who don't know, mangnusmidtbø is a professional climber from Norway. I'm gonna link his channel down below. Anyways, back to the video. That's why we decided to go to Carbin. It's a rock climbing gym where my friends go to rock climb. Let's go in. So as you can see, we're currently inside the rock climbing gym. If we look around, I'm here with Albert, my friend. He's been bouldering and climbing for around 3 years now, and he's going to take us through the warm-up you do before you go bouldering.
Okay, so what we will do is we will traverse, which is just climb sideways, and we will do this with only our tiptoes and try to not make any sound. This is because when climbing, most of the times when you fall, it's because your feet aren't you just fall off.
And how important would you say using your feet for climbing is?
I would say very important, because you might be able to climb with just your hands if you're very strong, but most of the time you still need balance and technique with your feet in order to reach high places and climb.
Okay, let's.
And an important thing you need to remember while doing this is looking where you place your feet.
Why do you have to look when you place your feet?
It's because if you don't look when where you place your feet, you can then get bad placement, and it can lead to you falling off.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. We finished the warm-up. I'm feeling warm in my joints, and I think we're ready to start the climb. But before we do that, what does like different colors and bands mean when you climb?
Okay, so we have green, which is the easiest color. Then we have blue, which is a bit harder. Red, and then black, and then white. There are probably a bit more colors, but I'm not good enough to climb those.
What would you say is like, where do beginners start? Is it like the easiest, and like where would they end at?
I would say beginners should start at maybe a blue, but some are really strong, so they start at red. But I would recommend starting at blue.
Now, like what would you think is possible for me to reach?
I would say black maybe, but probably red.
As you can see, here we have all the different types. Don't know what they all mean, but I will try to figure that out.
Okay, so we have a bunch of different colors. We have green, blue, here we have pink, that's competition color.
What does it mean when there's like two and then there's one?
Okay, so for this one, it's the difficulty green, so the easiest difficulty. And then the tape pieces show where you're supposed to start with your hands. So for this one, you're supposed to start with both hands on this one. But for this, you're supposed to start with one hand here and one hand here. Oh, and when you climb, you're supposed to only climb on the color you start with. So, for example, this green one, you only use the black holes, and for this one, you only use the yellow and black holes.
And green was the easiest one?
Yeah.
Well, take me through, how do you like, when there's an overhang, what do you do?
So usually I try to keep my feet on the wall at all times, otherwise you'll swing out and lose control. And you also want to keep your core engaged to not swing out. And that's about it. Just do the normal things you do.
And just touch like the top.
And then when you get to the top here, there's a piece of tape to show where you're supposed to end with both your hands. And then you can jump down.
Let's try it. Oh, just det. And you don't want to bend your arms to just to minimize.
a good thing to also remember when you're climbing is to not try too hard. You want to almost always keep your arms straight, otherwise you're in a curl position. Your biceps is going to get tired, but if you keep your arms straight and you use your feet, then it's a lot easier.
Okay.
Remember, keep your arms straight. As straight as possible.
That was very easy, as you can see. But I think we can move up.
We're gonna do the blue one. Start with one hand there, one hand there.
Oh, so this is the one with, instead of starting with two hands on one, you start separate.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's go.
How the fuck am I supposed to reach that? Guess we'll try and see.
I've been climbing for a few years, so there might be a skill difference.
3 years. I've been climbing for about an hour. But you know, confidence is key. If you don't believe in yourself, you will never get anything done. Just believe it and it will happen.
Manifest.
My fucking hell!
Come on. Keep the legs on the wall. Come on. No.
Well, the overhang was a bit too much for me since I don't really have the technique for that. So we're gonna move on to an easier wall, which is less of an overhang. So Sydney, how would you do the blue one here?
So for this wall, I would do the same thing as before. So keep your feet on the wall and try to keep your core as engaged as possible to maintain stability. And for this one, we're starting with both hands on the blue. Or on the...
Before you go, how much of a difference would you say an overhang blue and like a regular blue as we have over there? Like how big of a difference is it?
Okay, for the overhang blues, I would say they're a bit harder since you have to use a lot of your core. For the other ones, you basically have to use your feet just to climb up. It's like an awkward ladder, but for this one, you have to actually climb it properly. So that's the main difference.
As a good friend of mine once said, the key is to make it.
Okay.
Oh, I'm starting to feel my fingers now. I don't know if you can see, but holy shit, they're getting teared up. So I'm feeling like, you know, I think I got the strength for it, but my technique's kind of off, so we're gonna stay on the blues for now, and I'm gonna try to like do some blues and basically try to improve on those before I move up.
he got to the end.
Oh, cramps! Fuck! Nej men helvete!
Quick! Emergency!
Fitta vad det krampar! Filmar du?
Ja.
Climbing shoes are kind of uncomfortable.
Oh man.
It's a brutal sport.
Man. Helvete.
I just want to show you my hands after 3 hours of climbing. 3, yep.
It's okay. We move on. Nej men gud. Alltså det var signalen att klippa. I think I'm gonna throw the towel in. My hands are fucked up. My feet are fucked up from these shoes. It's like Chinese foot binding. Don't know how they can do it. Like what the fuck. But we still have my friend here.
Yeah.
You know, I would not call him an expert, but I hope 3 years of climbing, I hope we can show some off for the camera.
Now, I'm going to try to show off, but my hands are kind of dead. But let's try.
They don't feel me. But he was raised in the jungle. That's why he's so good at climbing. So as you can see, we're here in the tunnel. Like, this is, if you have an overhang, this is like the next level. Now, I cannot do this. This takes a lot of power combined with technique. But he, well, let's see.
Okay, let's try.
Now, what's the important thing to keep in mind when you like climb completely upside down almost?
I'm gonna try the red one.
As you can see, they're kind of like a big slide. So if you fall down, at least you have a good time.
This is hard. Just then.
It's in Swedish, so I can't read it, but basically it says do not use this as a slide.
Huh?
Well, I think we're finished for now. As you can see, this gym is massive. Like, it has bouldering, they're renovating it, so you have even more stuff to do.
They're making a bigger gym as well.
So we can't really cover this all in one video. But I mean, thank you so much for taking me climbing, Sydney.
Yeah, you're welcome. It was fun.
And oh, I think I'm gonna go home and cry now.
Yeah.
My fingers. I mean, I've never experienced anything like this before.
Climbing is not for the faint of heart.
Peace out.